Hi, my name is Lindy from Project Portfolio Office, and in this video I'll be covering resource capacity planning. So PPO allows us to see which resources have capacity to potentially take on more projects and also highlights resources that are over allocated. I'm going to start with explaining how capacity is determined in PPO, and that we do under Resources, Main Menu. I'm just going to drill into any one of these resources just to show the two fields that play a role in determining capacity. So the first one is whether a resource is included in capacity, and then we also specify the standard hours per day that they'll be spending on projects. So that is how capacity is determined. Then adding our resource allocation records, we navigate to the resource allocations entity. So here you can see I'm on the resource allocation list, and there's a couple of ways that you can add your allocation records in PPO. The first one, I'm just going to click on a single add just to talk through the field. So you basically select the project that you're going to be spending time on, the resource, and the percentage of their capacity for this period that they are going to be spending time on the project, and then a start and an end date. You can also use the inline editing to add records. So you can just click on the add button over here, select your project, select the resource and the percentage allocation, your start and your end dates. You can also use the copy functionality. If you already have an existing record and you're going to be spending the same amount of time on a different project, you can copy this record and then just change the project and potentially the start and the end dates. If your resource field is a single select, so you don't have the ability to add one or two or more resources to this item, you also have the ability to use the add in grid and the edit in grid option. There are various planning reports and dashboards to support the resource capacity planning in PPO. So if we just hover over the reporting menu and select reports, the report category is planning, and in the drop down you'll see there are various reports that you can select. I've just opted for the capacity versus planned for the demonstration of this, and then it brings up my list of resources. It shows their capacity, what has been planned, and where they are over and under. So here we can see Adrian, Evelyn, as well as Harry are over their capacity. Two dashboards that I just like to demonstrate. So if we hover over reporting and select dashboards, the first one is the planning dashboard. I've selected I only want to see this for resources included in capacity. And if I run that dashboard, it gives me a couple of key metrics on the left-hand side. 88% of my resources have been planned, 79% of my projects have been planned, and where I'm standing in terms of capacity. On the right-hand side, these are interactive. So if I potentially just want to have a look at what's going on with Adrian, I can click into this bar and it shows me exactly the projects that he's working on, as well as the hours allocated on those projects. Below this, we have a line chart. So here you can see this is currently where our capacity or where our planned time is, and this is our capacity line. And then we also have a heat map where we can see Adrian is a bit of a problem. He's over capacity, but someone like Jane Branch has more capacity, so she could potentially take on more projects. The last dashboard that I'd like to demonstrate is the planning Gantt. So here we have the planning Gantt, and this basically provides a visual view of your resource allocation data by resource and project. So here we can see Mary is 100% of her capacity, and it's split between these two projects. I hope you found this video helpful. Thank you so much for watching.